Hi there, it's Mike Evans from Mobile Mentalism again, this time reviewing the HTC ChaCha, HTC's Facebook phone. And you can tell it's a Facebook phone because there's a giant Facebook button on it. Now, the phone itself is, well, it's marginally underpowered in the sense that it's 800 megahertz processor. It's not dual core, clearly. But that said, it's not aimed as being a flagship phone. It's aimed very much as a phone for managing your social life, basically. To that end, there's only a 2.6-inch screen rather than the giant 4.3-inch or even 5-inch screens that we're starting to see now. So it's only an 800 megahertz processor, but it's not slow because of that, simply because, well, there's not really an awful lot of screen size to push around. In other words, this is a phone that doesn't aim to do everything and anything. It aims to do one thing really, really well, and that one thing is your social life, basically. So obviously, as you can see, there's a full-size QWERTY keyboard, and this works very well indeed. There's the Facebook button, and all of this means that the whole point of this phone is for you to update your status as often as you want to, or as often as you want to annoy your friends. Because quite simply with this phone, you can update your status pretty much 24/7, because it's so easy just to dip into Facebook, type a few things, and then dip out again. And almost, if you're going to use this day to day, it becomes compelling to do just that. Before I get into Facebook, just a few more words about the phone itself. A number of different ways of inputting information. You've got the QWERTY keyboard, you've then got the call accept and call cancel buttons, you've then got the actual touchscreen itself with the usual array of Android buttons. It's the home screen, usual HTC Sense helicopter view there. You can scroll through the different screens because this is obviously a touchscreen phone. Got the back key and the search key, and you do things here. So in that sense, it's very, very usable. However, there are times when you do get a little bit mixed up as to which particular interface you're meant to be using. Do you use the QWERTY keyboard here, which is just the standard QWERTY keyboard, or the accept and call disconnect buttons, which can also add as OK and cancel buttons, or the Android menu buttons here, or the touchscreen here. That's a lot of different interfaces. But that said, it does mean that once you've actually worked out what you're doing, it is very easy to get the HTC ChaCha to do exactly what you want it to do. Inside, there's 512 meg of RAM. That's expandable via an SD card. There's micro USB port, which is also where you charge the thing. 3.5mm phone jack. And a good 5 megapixel camera. You can also see that you've got the shiny HTC aluminium band here, and it's good to see that even though this is not by any stretch a flagship phone by HTC, nonetheless it's very sturdy. It feels well made and well built, and certainly compared to the Samsung Galaxy S2, it feels a lot more solid. So it's not a top-end phone, it's kind of a mid-range phone, but nonetheless you wouldn't feel that just by feeling it. So overall this feels like a good phone. In terms of use, obviously it's the Facebook button that everybody is most excited about, simply because, well, what does it do? What does the Facebook button actually let you do that you can't do with a normal Facebook app? Not actually all that much, it turns out. Basically what HTC have tried to do is that wherever you use the phone to actually do something that you would normally upload to Facebook or you would normally share with your friends on Facebook, the Facebook button will glow, which basically says to you, oh, you can do something with Facebook here, and you press that and it will basically do it straight away rather than you having to go into the menus and press share via Facebook and then upload, etc. So to give you an example, classic example really is the camera. So you start the camera, like I say, it's 5 megapixel camera. You take a photo of something. Now you'll notice straight away that the Facebook button is starting to glow. What this means is that you can either press the camera there, or if you press the Facebook button, it will take the photo for you, like that. And because you press the Facebook button, it will say, do you want to upload to Facebook? Now at this stage you can choose a gallery in which to upload to. I've just got a few here, my mobile photos gallery. A good point is you can also set who can see this album, which is your friends or any of the other groups that you've selected. If you want to, you can add a tag and description, or if you just want to upload it, you just click done and it uploads straight away. Now this is where I say that it can get a little bit addictive, because if you're the type of person who likes taking a lot of photos, and you can imagine if you're outside with your mates in a pub or whatever, and you like taking photos and sharing them via Facebook, you've just been able to do all that just by pressing the Facebook button. Well, first of all, the camera button to get into the camera, then the Facebook button, and then as soon as you've done that, you just click done, and it's instantly shared to Facebook. That's how quick it is to share photos via Facebook. So in that respect, it works extremely well. You can also do it with video, as well if you go into the gallery section of the ChaCha. As soon as you do that, then if you go into one of the albums here, then you'll notice that the Facebook button starts to glow again, and as soon as the Facebook button starts to glow, it means that you've got one-click access to Facebook. So we've got all the different photos that have been taken here. Press the Facebook button and it will say, oh, what do you want to share? So in this case, here's one I did earlier. I'll share this picture here. So I've clicked on that, click next, and again, where do you want to share it to? My mobile photos, etc. Done, shared. It's that simple. You don't just need to click one, you can click multiple ones if you want. Select the gallery album that you want to share them into, and it's shared extremely seamlessly. You can also update, anytime you want to press it, then you can just post to my wall. So you just type in hello world for this particular case. So now I'm updating my status. So just type in hello world, and all that's working. Now the good thing about the ChaCha is that although it's a mid-range phone, it comes equipped, low battery, so it won't be able to do that at the moment. But although it's equipped with everything that you'd expect from Android, including HSDPA, so you've got super fast data downloads and uploads, which is excellent. But anyway, there's another widget here, a Facebook widget. There we go, hello world. I just updated my status, so you can see your friend stream. This is pretty standard on all HTC phones really, but it just shows you that I've just uploaded to Facebook. There it is, hello world, and you can see everything else that's there as well. So that's Facebook on the ChaCha. It's very integrated into it. It does work well. Whether you need it or not, it depends how much you use Facebook. If you use Facebook a lot, then it is worth it. If not, it's questionable. The downside of having such a small screen comes when it comes with the internet. As you can see, this is Mobile Mentalism, I uploaded it earlier, and you can't really do an awful lot of web browsing on it. You can't really see a lot. If you compare it with any of the other Android phones, basically if you're going to browse the internet on a mobile phone, at an absolute minimum you need 3.5-inch screen. This is 2.6 inches, and this shows you exactly why you can't really see an awful lot. Now this is going to slow down a bit because it's in battery save mode, which is annoying. I mean, damn it. It is touchscreen, it is pinch to zoom. So in that respect, it's just the standard Android browser. So it is very good in that respect, but so you can see everything. It is very smooth and very quick to operate, as you can see. So if I zoom into things, you can see that there's no lag there. So although it's only an 800 MHz processor, you won't find it slowing down on you at all. It is very good like that. It's just that you can't actually see an awful lot. So you will be very frustrated if you're trying to use this as an actual smartphone. That said, it does everything that an Android browser could do. And does so any other Android phone. The browser will do pretty much everything that you want it to. It's just that the screen real estate, not all that great. In terms of other things, it's pretty much Android everything else. So you've got the maps that are there, and like I say, it's very quick, very smooth. Zoom in, zoom out, no problem there. So if you want it to do the usual things that Android phone can do, it's excellent in that respect. So I think I'll conclude this review now. You've got MP3 players, video players, everything else that you expect from Android. Would I recommend it? Who is this actually aimed for? The HTC ChaCha is clearly aimed at somebody who likes to use Facebook an awful lot. Whether you would use it, because you've got the Facebook button there, it does make uploading things to Facebook extremely easy. Whether you would use it a lot more than you would with a typical Android phone where you've got Facebook apps, debatable. I think if you're a teen basically, if you're the type of person who goes into Facebook an awful lot and you don't really want to use a huge smartphone with everything on it, then certainly go for the ChaCha. I know there are other Facebook phones out there, but this is HTC, so you've got that kind of premium feel to it. The camera's excellent. The way that it works, the smoothness, the responsiveness, the performance of it is really good. In terms of other Facebook phones that are out there, I would have said this is the best QWERTY Facebook phone. Whether it's as good as the HTC ChaCha, which doesn't have the QWERTY keyboard but does have the larger touchscreen, I just said the ChaCha edges it simply because it's got the bigger touchscreen. But if it's QWERTY that you want, then the ChaCha is the one to go for. Personally, though, just get a cheaper HTC Android phone, or for that matter, any other Android phone. I don't see that the Facebook button adds any value to what you already need. So, in conclusion, I would say it's a good phone, it's a good idea, but the screen is too small and the Facebook button doesn't do anything, doesn't really add any value than what you could ordinarily do with a standard Facebook app on a normal Android phone. Anyway, find out more, read more about it at the full review that I've done at mobilementalism.com.